Welcome back. Hey. Check. Hey, welcome back to Sunnyside Uploads. It's been a while. Today, we're doing something a little bit different. We're having a bit of a crossover with Girls Rock, and I've got Hannah here joining me. Hi. How you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good. It's great to have you here. We're doing a little bit of a special thing today. So usually, as you would expect if you've been watching us, you can donate towards us, but today you can donate to Girls Rock. If you go to the pinned comment in the comments, just click that link there and you can chuck on some dosh, because they're doing great things. Speaking of doing great things, why don't you tell us a little bit about what Girls Rock is,
I'd
for
love
people
to.
who don't know.
It's my favourite thing to talk about. So I'm one of the co-directors of Girls Rock Adelaide. It is a school holiday program that runs over Monday to Friday in 1 week of the school holidays. And it's for girls, trans and non-binary young people aged 10 to 17 to come along and learn about how to play music, how to be in a band. They get to pick an instrument out of guitar, bass, keys, voice and drums, and they have instrument lessons every day. They get broken up into small bands and they write a song with their band during the week that they play in a showcase on the Saturday. And we just have lots of fun.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So, like, is there like a certain level of skill or anything they need to have beforehand, or is it just like
Not
free
at
game?
all. We welcome any skill level. Even if
Yep.
you've never touched an instrument before, you're totally welcome to come along and have a go. We welcome anyone from any skill level that's in our target age range, basically. Yeah.
Nice. What is the age range, actually? I'm just curious because I actually teach kids and I kind of want to get some of them involved now.
Sure. It's 10 to 17 and
Yep.
it's all non-cis males, so trans children, non-binary children, gender diverse children and girls.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Awesome. Okay. Well, if you're interested in that, definitely check out their website, which is
girlsrockadelaide.org.
Cool. And I think you're open for volunteers now as well.
Today
You're looking for some?
the announcement that our volunteer applications are open for our January program. So
Get in
you
there.
can go to girlsrockadelaide.org/volunteer and click apply now, and you can apply to be a volunteer at our next program in January.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah. All right. Now, without further ado, the reason you're all watching here, we've got someone here right next to us. Teenage Joans.
Woo.
Give it up.
Before we start, just want to acknowledge that the land that we're meeting on today, or we are, you probably aren't you might be in the live stream. Anyway, the land we are meeting on today is the land of the Kaurna people, and we respect elders past, present, and emerging. Sick.
Sound guy's giving because we're young and he thinks that we don't know our instrument. He's thinking, why should chain. Is it time for me to get a new name? Try your best to end up satisfied, 'cause you always come back around. Call my lawyer, 'cause it makes no sense why you're happy standing your ground, watching me drown. Give me mine, I scream, 'cause I've been chasing after people who run too fast. No fun getting outrun. I get a head start, but I still play fun. Give me mine. It's starting my shoelace, but is there even any point when you're living that way? Try your best, you end up satisfied, 'cause your head's not spinning around. Call my doctor, 'cause it makes no sense. I'm seeing double as I fall down, hitting the ground. Give me mine, I scream, 'cause I've been chasing after people who run too fast. It's no fun getting outrun. I get a head start, but I still play flat. The sea is so clear, and I'm hoping you don't throw me out. I move nice so please. Give me mine. Give me mine. I've been chasing after people who run too fast. It's no fun getting out there. Your routine is so clear, and I'm hoping that you don't know me out. I move nice so please. Give me mine.
It's okay, don't be shy. Hello everyone at home as well. Hope you're chilling out. Sitting on the couch probably. That would be fun. Gigs from home.
That's such a vibe.
A vibe.
You don't even have to leave your house.
Exactly. I know, I wish I could do that all the time. Actually, everyone in Melbourne right now are probably like, do you? You don't really wish that, do you? Yeah, I hope there's some people from interstate tuning in, especially Melbourne. Our hearts go out to you guys. Hopefully we're close to the end. But yeah, it's tricky. But that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this. Yeah, let's just get right into it. This is a new song. It's called Superglue. Into an ad break. like this, pretty easy. It's terrible, but it'll do. And then, I'm terrible, but I'm not you. Like that. It's terrible, but it'll do. Hell yeah. Sing along at home as well if you're watching. I'm terrible, but I'm not you. Oh yeah. Now we put it together like this. It's terrible, but it'll do. It's terrible, but I'm not you. It's terrible, but it'll do. It's terrible, but I'm not you. It's terrible, but it'll do. It's terrible, but I'm not you. It's terrible, but it'll do. Terrible, but I'm not you. Terrible, but it'll do. Terrible, but I'm not you. Terrible, but it'll do. Terrible, and so are you. Sing along if you know this one. Woo! Feels like I've been here before. Seems I found myself curled up on the floor. I'm a handle with no door. I'm a terrible metaphor. Turning to someone I don't wanna be. Going crazy in my sleep. Losing control over what I say. By the way, I tried watching the TV to take me away from me. Seems like riding bikes is the way to go and the way to be. But I drive 'cause I'm lazy. Turning to someone I don't wanna be. Going crazy in my sleep. Losing control over what I say. By the way,
Someone I don't wanna be. I'm going crazy in my sleep. Losing control of what I say.
going crazy in my sleep. Losing control over what I say. By the way,
Things to make my day, but I saw you at the styling gig. Said that my hair was bad this way. You're honest, but honestly, usually you just call me by my name. But I saw you at the styling
telescope on the parts that I like. This could be a problem, but it's fine, cause you age like wine, and I still haven't aged till like wine. Cause you age like wine, and I still haven't aged till like wine. Cause you age like wine, and I still haven't aged till like wine. If it's all on the desert street, cemetery on a dead end street, you're the real outside, cause you age like wine, and I still haven't aged till like wine. It's when you know how to act, that you're the happiest state in bed. When you're tired, cause you age like one, and I still haven't aged till like one. Age like one, and I still haven't aged till like one. Age like one, and I still haven't aged till like one. Thank you. I'm sweating.
So am I.
It's hot.
I'm wearing like a button up under this, and it's probably a really bad idea. It's like not
Such a
good.
bad
I can just feel the sweat. So it's
I can feel your sweat from here.
Bro, that's so mean.
In my sweat. My sweat is your sweat. We're sweat
I
buddies.
think that's how it works.
It is. We're in a band, so my sweat is your sweat. That's just how it works. Sorry, that's the rules.
That smells so disgusting. Okay.
Could you imagine if you sweated other people's sweat? Anyway. Thank you to Girls Rock and Sunnyside for having us. Special mention to Timothy, who has been the wonderful human that's been organising this. I don't know where. Oh, there she is. Hello. Amazing job. Thank you so much. Thank you to Ben and Josh as well, who are on cameras and sound and all that good stuff. Absolute legends. Yeah, we've got 2 songs and then we're doing a little interview, I think. And then got some more songs. So that's fun. That's the right tuning, I think.
Yeah.
These 2 songs, next 2 songs are new as well, and this one's hard to play. Well, it's not hard to play for me.
Well, you know what? It is for me because my foot does not go that fast,
Talia's foot is not a fast foot.
and I'm wearing the most terrible shoes to play ever. Okay.
Terrible
No.
shoes.
Are you ready or not?
This is called Funeral.
Are you trying not to be? 6 feet deep. It's getting hard to breathe.
your head on. I'd be your pillow, but I'm sick of getting slept on. Is there somebody that you need to get ahead of? I'd be your band-aid, but I'm sick of getting bled on. You don't have to speak, are you ready? No, you're lying. Standing on your seat, this is really poor timing. I wanna buy a tennis skirt, but you say you prefer driving. I don't really think you ever would this try. You don't have to speak, are you ready? No, you're lying. Standing on your seat, this is really poor timing. I wanna buy a tennis skirt, you prefer driving. I really think you want it. Speak, are you ready? No, you're lying. Standing on your seat, this is really poor timing. I wanna buy a tennis skirt, you say you prefer driving. I don't really think you want to really try it. I really think you want to really try it.
Thank you. I think we're getting some questions asked now. Is that right? There's an ad.
And we're back. Welcome back to Sunnyside Uploads. My name is Ed. This is Hannah from Girls Rock. We have Teenage Joans on today. We're going to have a little chat. How are you finding it, by the way, first? How's the
Oh.
gig going for you?
It's incredible.
It
Some of
is.
this new stuff is new to me. It's
Yeah.
really fantastic. It's great hearing the old hits as well.
Yeah. It's sounding thick. It sounds really good. I'm loving it. So how are you finding it? Is this your first time doing a stream? Am I wrong?
Yeah, like this. I mean,
Yeah.
we've done like Instagram
Yeah,
live
yeah.
streams, but and it's something like this. Yeah, this is the first time.
How are you finding it?
So much fun. It's so cool. No one at home can see, but there's like fancy monitors at the back, and you can see all the camera angles. It's really cool. It's fancy.
It is pretty cool. Yeah, like it's kind of nice now because we can actually have an audience in here. When we first started doing this, it was like empty room.
Oh,
And
true.
people were up there having to just like sing their hearts out to me, Ben, Josh, and Tim.
Oh. No, I think that could be done.
Oh yeah, and they did. Everyone
Aw.
smashed it that we
Yeah,
had that was
of
doing it.
course.
But yeah, it's nice. It's kind of half and half now, which is cool. So I'm glad you're having fun. Hi. I can barely see you from back there.
Yeah, I thought I'd stand up so you could see me.
Yeah.
Bit.
But yeah, I'll hand it over to you, Hannah, if you want to ask them some questions.
Sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of sort of bring it back to Girls Rock and ask you about how you got involved with Girls Rock at our first program.
Ooh. Well, I think I start this story.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Well, okay, so our first ever gig was with the Heartaches, and a good friend of the Heartaches is Anna from the team of volunteers that works at Girls Rock, and she came up to us. Or actually, you had left, I think, at that point. you'd left, but I was just hanging out because I was like, this is a gig, this is so cool. And then Anna came up and she was like, hey, have you heard of Girls Rock? And I was like, no. And she was like, you should hear about Girls Rock. And I was like, sick. And then she sent me like this massive long paragraph on Facebook, like, here's Girls Rock, here's what we do. I was like, that's sick. And then I ended up going to, I think it was the dusk markets, maybe Carclew dusk markets. I could be wrong. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, we had a stall there.
They set up Girls Rock set up, for those of you who weren't there, Girls Rock set up a little tent at the Carclew dusk markets. And I went and I met most of the team and just hung out. It was really cool. And then they told me about the camp that they were going to put on, and I was like, that's the coolest thing ever. That was like months and months and months before the camp as well. It was just like an idea at that point, and well, I don't know if you'd started planning it, but I was like, that's so cool, I want to be involved. And then, yeah, I guess months and months and months later, we were involved. I don't know how you at first heard about Girls Rock.
Told me about it.
Yeah, I must have told you from that experience.
And you were both volunteers at that first camp, weren't
Yes.
Yeah, we were.
So we both volunteered as mentors, and it was really fun.
Really wholesome.
Very wholesome, so
Yeah.
wholesome.
you? Did you meet people that you don't think you would have met otherwise?
Oh, 100%. It's so weird because, like, I guess the music industry is, like, very connected. You're all in on each other's space all the time because you're playing gigs with each other and doing shows and blah, blah, blah. But, like, we heard from a lot of like, we had just started music at that point, so to us everything was new, but we'd heard from a lot of the women and, like, non-male mentors that they had never felt a connection like that before with other women and non-male people. And because to us everything was new, we were like, okay, because, you know, we hadn't felt any connections at all because we'd just started. But, like, it was really just so inspiring and, like, amazing to hear from some of the other mentors who had been at music for a while and hadn't ever felt that. And it's just so beautiful that Girls Rock exists and that they can come into that space and feel those connections. It's really lovely.
Yeah. How would you describe it to someone who maybe hasn't heard about it before or hasn't been?
Do you want to answer? I'm doing lots of talking. Or I can answer if you want.
I'll put my bits in, bro.
All right. I get scared that because everyone comes up and they're like, oh, this is your band, right? I'm like, no, this is our band. They're like, yeah, but it's your band. I'm like, no. Anyway, this is because I talk so much. I talk too much. Anyway, Girls Rock. So for those who haven't heard of Girls Rock, Girls Rock is an amazing organization, I guess, that supports women and non-male people, like non-binary, gender diverse, trans people, and kind of gives them a space to get into music because, you know, the music industry is a very male-dominated industry, and I guess there's not a lot of space for people who aren't cis men because there hasn't ever been space made, I guess. So Girls Rock is an awesome organization because they make that space and give people like us a platform like this, so we can speak words like these into everyone's little ears. Yeah. Do you have anything to add, Talia?
Well, when we like mentoring, we met like so many like powerful women. It was so amazing, and they're all here right now as well. So
yes,
we
like
love you
majority
guys.
of the mentors that weren't interstate, sadly, are here, which is cool.
So would you recommend it then?
Oh,
Yes,
100%.
Like 110%.
Yes. It's more a family than an organization, in my personal opinion. I don't know. It's, again, like as Talia said, they're all here. I don't know if you could see on the cameras. You wouldn't be able to tell who they were if you hadn't done the cam. Anyway, but they like, they always come to each other's, like, they always come to our gigs, and we try our best to go to theirs, and like, everyone just goes to they go to each other's gigs. Like, everyone goes to each other's gigs, which is amazing because, like, it's a family. Like, our parents come to pretty much all of our gigs, and because they're our family, so it's like another family, like chosen family, I guess, which is really cool. Yeah.
Excellent. We love having you involved with all this stuff.
Oh, thank you. We love being involved. It's so good.
Excellent.
That's so sweet. I actually just quickly had another question about Girls Rock because I'm thinking about getting my students involved. Is there any costs associated with doing it as well?
There is, but we also have scholarships. So
Yep.
we have a half scholarship and a full scholarship. And because a lot of you might know, we just had a Possible campaign, which was really successful. And a lot of people there was a tier that people could choose, which was sponsor a camper.
Yep.
So you could pay for a full place
Oh, wow,
for
that's
a
awesome.
young person to come along. And we had a lot of people would choose that. And we had some businesses get in touch with us after the campaign closed to say, we missed out, can we still
Yep.
sponsor somebody?
Wow.
So, yeah, we've had quite a few places already paid for.
That's
in
really
full.
sweet.
So part of our approach is that we don't want anyone to miss out on any basis. So it's really exciting that we can afford to fund those places this year because of the generosity of lots
Yeah.
of people.
That's awesome. And if you are not a young girl or gender diverse, non-cis male person, and you want to support them, there is a link in the comments for people watching at home, and you can just like send them a bit of dosh on the old PayPal if you want to help out, because it is a great cause. Now, I'm going to ask y'all some questions now, and I actually have wanted to do this because I think you're the first two-piece that we've had on Sunnyside.
Ooh.
And I was in a two-piece myself for like a better part of a decade. And I realized that we always got asked kind of the same questions that normal bands don't. And I had a quick think before about what some of them are. And I realized it was always this, like, we would always get asked the same one. And we kind of got treated like it was more like we were a couple than a band. And like the first one was always like, how did you two meet?
Oh, yes. Wait, do you want us to answer?
Yeah, go for it.
yeah.
I'm going to actually ask these questions. It's like shoes on the other foot
It's
now.
actually funny because, like, side note, not everyone, but a lot of people think that we're sisters.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the thing with, like, duos is they're like, oh, they're siblings. Like, because it's their thought of duo is white stripes.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, they're siblings.
I think it's because also we're both woke, so like
Yeah, true.
it's kind of like a little bit of a resemblance.
Yes. Anyway, how did we meet? Oh, the famous story that we get asked, yes, all the time. We have a little script as well now when we do it. I start and then I hand it over. It's funny. Anyway.
You got to work that dynamic out.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
So, as I said before, our first ever gig was with the Heartaches. And the way we got asked for that was I recorded a song under my name, just like a solo song, and I put it on Spotify and stuff, but I also put it on Triple J Unearthed. And at that point, I was in school, so I entered Unearthed High, but nothing happened that year. Anyway. But arguably that year was more important than this year because Ben from the Heartaches found me and he was like, do you want to support me at the Gov? And I was like, that's a big venue. Yes, I would love that. And then I was like, oh, I'm supporting a band. I should probably put a band together. And then the reason it's more important is because I met Talia because I wanted to start a band. So I messaged our friend Nick, who works at Northern Sound System, which is a lovely music community centre in Adelaide, for those who don't know. And we'd both done workshops and stuff there. And I messaged him and I was like, hey, do you know any drummers, preferably like female or non-male? But I don't really care, but also I do want to start a band that's got no men in it. And he was like, I know just the person for you. And then
This is where I come in. Okay.
where Talia comes in.
So, I got like a friend request from Carly on my Instagram account, and I was like, who is this? And why does she look so cool? What is this? And anyway, I think like 5 minutes later, she sends me a message. She's like, hey, blah, 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 I'm Carly. I'm looking for a drummer. I was wondering if you wanted to jam, all that jazz. And I was like, okay, sure. And then the first time we actually met was at my house. So she could have been like a serial killer or something, but she wasn't, so.
All right. We were both so... Well, actually, I told you this the other day, because it was a few days ago. It was like 2 years since we met. So, I told you this the other day, that like when I went to your house, I was really nervous. And then you were just like outgoing, and I was like, oh, cool, I can be outgoing too. So you like made me feel comfortable, which is nice. But, you forgot to add that I was supposed to go for the morning/lunch period, and then go home after lunch. But I ended up staying for dinner, which...
Yeah, she was supposed to stay for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
She stayed the whole day.
I stayed for like, I think 11 or 12 hours. It was actually crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how we met.
That's a good story. I like it. You tell it well.
It's a long one, sorry.
No, I like long stories. You tell it well.
Hell yeah.
Now the second one that I was always asked when I was in a two-piece, and it was probably the most frustrating one. And have you done a lot of interviews at this stage?
Oh
like,
my goodness.
You
so
probably.
many.
I would be surprised if you'd been asked it already. But why don't you have a bass player?
Oh.
I don't
Actually, I don't think we have been
No, we
asked this
haven't.
question.
Really? I got
No.
asked every time.
It
It used to drive me
it's
nuts.
more like, where's your bass player? And we're like, we don't have one. They're like,
Or it's like, you should probably get one. We're like,
yeah.
no thanks.
We're like, no.
Well, that was the follow-up question was always, do you think you'll ever get a bass player?
Ah. All right. Well, for the first one, it's funny because when I messaged Nick, I actually said, I want to put a band together, but I needed a drummer. Like I was like, to do a band, you at least need, or for what I wanted anyway. Bands can be whatever they want, but for what I wanted, I was like, I at least need a drummer because then I've just got that part. And then if I can find a bassist and another guitarist, that would be cool. I was hoping to do like a 4-piece, like lead guitar, and then I could do rhythm, and then bass, and then drums. And then we just couldn't find anyone. No one wanted to.
Yeah, right.
Well, not that no one wanted to. We just couldn't find anyone. And then so we stayed as a 2-piece, and I was like, we'll add on to it, don't worry. And then we never did.
Once you
now-
get it working, it's so easy though.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it was really cool that our first show was with the Heartaches as well, because they really showed us that it could be done. And like, it was kind of an accident, but now it's like the best thing ever. Yeah.
Pretty sweet to be able to have a band meeting on the phone.
Oh,
Just
right.
like one text
it's
message.
so funny
like-
because like when my friends are like texting their band groups, it's like a group, whereas for us it's just our
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
It's like, hey bro, hey bro, what are you bringing tonight? Or like, what are you wearing tonight? It's not like this huge like,
Yeah.
and we don't like. It's so much easier to make decisions as well. It's just like, can I come over and jam? And she's like, yeah. I was like, cool. We don't have to be like, oh, but I'm working. Oh, but I've got uni or I've got school. It's just like, yeah, can I come over? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
So it makes it so much easier. I got a little question from the comments section here,
Oh.
which has kind of been going on fire on YouTube. It's great. A lot of support. Someone wants to know, I'll see if I can find it. Here we go. Evie B was asking, what's both of your favorite flavored juice boxes?
Oh, that's a good question. Thank you, Eve. Love you, bro. All right, so we have a favorite brand. It's the Golden Sunshine.
Yeah.
That's our favorite brand of juice box. My personal favorite is the apple raspberry one.
I was just going to say that. I was just
Bro. Aw. See, we do sweat the same
it's just
sweat.
Like, it's just like really refreshing, you know?
Drink the same juice, sweat the same sweat. It's the vibe.
Perfect.
Your next
Yeah.
song's writing itself.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, there you go.
Oh, God.
That's awesome.
Sick.
And someone did actually already ask, how did you both meet? But I think we got that covered.
Oh,
Unless you want to tell the
Kimber.
story again.
Oh, yes. So,
Cool. Unless there's anything you want to add, Hannah?
No, thanks heaps for chatting with us.
Yeah.
that's all right. Thank
Talking
you for
about all
chatting with
things
us.
Girls
Yeah.
Rock.
I've done a bunch of these. This was a fun one.
Aw,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right, I better let you get back on with it. You've got
Yeah.
a gig to play.
We do.
All right, enjoy.
Actually, now that we're talking, it'll be nice to just bring this up. I guess everyone knows, but we can flex a little bit because it's pretty cool. For those who don't know, we won on a tie this year, which is really cool. Yeah, it's amazing. We're so grateful and lucky to have the support that we have. Anyway, this is the song that won, which is cool. Do you have anything to add, Talia?
No, I'm cool. Stop! Don't tease me.
Monday morning, why so boring? Standing in line doesn't matter anymore. I'll be just fine. You're so square, sitting comfy in your box. I don't care, go to work in my cool socks. Got no patterns on your plain old tie. Are you really gonna be that right? There's nothing wrong with your chin. But there's nothing wrong with me. Sun goes down, the day's over. I guess I'm just another 3-leaf clover.
Which one of you is Satan? There's nothing wrong with you, jeans. Jeans, there's nothing wrong with me. Sun goes down, the day's over. I guess I'm just another lonely over. Nothing wrong with your jeans. Oh, I think there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with your jeans. Oh, I think there's something wrong with me. Sun goes down, the day's over. I guess I'm just another feeling over. This is a cover. Sing along if you know it. Hey mom and dad, I'm doing fine. You guys are on my mind. You asked me what I wanted to be, and now I think it's just plain to see. I wanna be famous. Na 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 na. Close to the sun. Pack your bags, 'cause I've already won. Everything to prove, nothing in my way. I'll get there one day. 'Cause I wanna be famous. Na 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 This is called Something About Being 16. Thank you for having us. It's funny how life goes. Day you'll be sitting on your fat couch. Watching things go south. Put it in a song and hope someone else will be listening from your pretty couch. Hoping things work out. This is no fun. If you want to taste of me, then you'll see. Sing it with us. This is overdue. I'm getting over you. Nice and loud. This is overdue. I'm getting over you. Talia.
It's funny how people show, put them up to the light and see their skin and bones. Oh, how you have grown. I built the walls so they won't
is overdue. Getting over you. This is overdue. Getting over you. It's October soon, but for now let's get through June. We're Teenage Joans. Thank you to Sunnyside and Girls Rock for having us. Have a good rest of your weekend. Good night.